For nearly 300 years after the conquest of Sindh by Muhammad bin Qasim, there was no Muslim invasion of the subcontinent. In the 10th century, India was invaded again by Muslims, not the Arabs but the Turks, who came from the northwest through the Khyber Pass to conquer and later establish their rule in India. The Turks were a Central Asian tribe whose ancestry goes back to the Mongols. They traded in wool, leather carpets, and horses for wood, silk, vegetables, and grain. They were conquered when Muslim armies swept across that region, mainly during the era of the Khulafai Rashidin and then the Umayyad rule. Most of the Turks were captured and sold as slaves. They were gradually converted to Islam. These Turks carved out their own kingdoms after they got strong, and Mahmud, the Ghaznavid Sultan, expanded his kingdom up to Isfahan in the west and to India in the east. He made 17 expeditions into India, including one against the Shahi kingdom in the north. Mahmud of Ghazni turned Ghazni into a beautiful city with many madrasas, masjids, libraries, bridges, and hostels for travelers. He brought entire libraries from the cities of Persia like Ray and Isfahan. Many scholars and poets were at his court, like Al-Biruni and Firdausi. Al-Biruni came to India with Mahmud of Ghazni. Al-Biruni also wrote his Kitabul Hind, in which he told the culture of India and of what he saw at that time. And in Firdausi's Shahnama, he writes about the ancient history of Iran from the time of the creation of the world up to the Islamic conquest of Persia. Although it has many heroes, the real hero is Persia itself. The book has given a lot of pride to the Iranians as a nation. The book is in Persian, but it has been translated to other languages too. Firdausi started to write the Shahnama or Book of Kings in 1997 and completed in 1010 during the reign of Mahmud of Ghazni. Over 100 years after the death of Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni, his empire broke up and Ghazni was captured. The Ghorid Turks also had Central Asian nomadic background. In 1186, Muhammad Ghori became the Sultan of Ghorid dynasty with his able general Qutbuddin Aibak. They invaded India. They also seized the Muslim towns of Lahore, Multan, Uch, and Peshawar. In Arabic, Mamluk means slave. The Mamluk or slave dynasty was named as such because Qutbuddin, born to Turkish parents, was sold off as a slave. He joined the army and rose in rank and became a general. As the Sultan, he proved to be a wise and just ruler. He treated the Hindus with kindness and left the local administration in the hands of the people. Qutbuddin Aibak built two masjids, Quwwatul Islam Masjid at Delhi and another one at Ajmer, and he began the construction of the Qutub Minar, dedicated to the patron saint of Delhi, Qutbuddin Kaki. The institution of a group of nobles called the Forty developed at the court of the slave sultans. The Forty supported and helped the sultan to protect the dynasty, but they also became powerful enough to decide who the next ruler would be. Qutbuddin Aibak ruled only for 4 years. He died in an accident while playing polo in Lahore and is buried there. Qutbuddin Aibak was succeeded by his son-in-law Shamsuddin Iltutmish, who was invited by the 40 nobles to take over the throne of Delhi. In his 25 years in power, Iltutmish had to continuously fight both Muslim rulers and Rajputs to establish his authority. However, he did succeed. He set up a good administration with proper taxation. He completed the Quwwatul Islam Masjid and Qutub Minar, begun by Qutbuddin Aibak, built a college and many roads for which forests had to be cut down. Iltutmish is acknowledged as a remarkable ruler and his kingdom was recognized by the Abbasid Khalifa of the time. In 1221, Mongols, a tribe who was known for destruction and loot, appeared on the banks of the river Indus. They were led by Genghis Khan and wanted to attack. But before an invasion could take place, the Mongols left because of the heat of India. When Iltutmish died, his son Ruknuddin Feroz succeeded him, but he proved to be an incompetent ruler. The nobles asked his daughter, Razia, to take the throne. She had mastered the art of government and leadership under her father and had all the qualities of a monarch. Unfortunately, the intrigues at court made her position weak. Finally, she married Altunia, the governor of Bhatinda. Along her husband Altunia, Razia Sultana marched to retake Delhi. She was killed by outlaws while fleeing from the battlefield. After a number of weak rulers, the 40 nobles decided to put Nasiruddin Mahmud, Iltutmish's youngest son, on the throne. He proved a good sultan who ruled well for 20 years. Supported by his able deputy Balban, Nasiruddin encouraged learning, set up colleges, and respected saintly people and scholars. Baba Farid Ganje Shakkar and Sheikh Bahauddin Zikriya were two notable Sufi saints of Nasiruddin's time. When Nasiruddin died, Balban became the Sultan. He had proved himself as a capable administrator as well as a military leader by successfully driving back the Mongols from the Punjab. As Sultan, he first strengthened the army to keep the Mongols away. He also reduced the power of the 40 as they had started to challenge the Sultan's authority. From the governor of Bengal, Tughril Khan revolted. Balban personally led the attack against the rebellion, in which Tughril Khan was killed. Balban's wise and capable rule made sure that the Mongols were kept in check. He had forts built to protect the Sultanate against them. Under his rule, the Delhi Sultanate flourished and became the foremost Muslim kingdom of its time. He gave sums of money to Islamic scholars and men of learning, and the great bilingual poet Amir Khusro, who wrote in Persian and Hindi, lived during his reign. Balban also helped Sayyid Maula to set up a college with free hostel for students. Thank you.